All right, cool. All right, man. Welcome to another episode of Dumbass Film Students, where young filmmakers and those of us alike, we come together. We basically talk shit or congratulate and give kudos to films that we watch every single week. Our opinions are completely irrelevant. Hollywood doesn't give a fuck, so we just decided to come to YouTube and present them. Damn, man, you gonna cough during my intro?
I'm sorry.
But anyway, but that just goes to show you how much people care about what I have to say. So anyways, joined by my homies here. My name is Rudy Wilson, by the way, one of your cast members, if you will.
Cast members?
I don't know. What are we? Are we? I mean, none of us are really hosting it. We talk.
We are hosting it. We have a guest on every week.
Okay, all right.
Co-stars.
Kind of a host.
All right. Oh God. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't realize we were so into titles on this podcast. But so I am one of your hosts, and along with my co-host here, my brother from a completely different mother, Mr. Lonnie Cox. What's popping? The champion Jew, as he likes to be referred to from now on.
From now on, yes. That we just found out 5 minutes ago that's my new name.
Now and forever.
Lonnie, I think this is my first time ever seeing you with a polo on, man. I'm pretty impressed. Not like financially impressed because you've always had money, but I mean, like, I didn't realize I didn't realize that you, I didn't realize you wore polos.
I went to a show last night and somebody was like, "You dress like a little boy," and I'm like, I think you're right. I do dress like a kid when I'm out. So I think I need to upgrade my wardrobe. I just had like a revelation last night.
I mean, now you're just dressed like a giant preschooler. Like, what are you talking about? It's like a school uniform shirt.
I'm definitely Pac-Man out, so I can't talk. Speaking of childish video games, we got Mario himself, Mr. J. Jimenez. What's popping?
Here, man, got a couple. Before we go on, I want to recommend everybody to watch the 4th season of Fargo. We're in the 5 episodes deep. I'm telling you, even if you haven't watched the series before, you don't have to catch up with 3 seasons before. I'm just saying, stop what you're doing after the podcast. Go watch Fargo, all right? It's an awesome show. Chris Rock.
The Chris Rock season?
Yeah, the Chris Rock season.
He's killing it, all right?
Gotcha.
Amazing story, amazing acting.
Okay, well, you voiced your intro on Chris Rock, so now we're moving on. Okay, awesome. All right. Got my guy D.A. Henry here, always with the backdrop. You don't have as many lights as much now. You don't really set the lights up anymore. All the colorful lights.
I just make them daylight, so it's not all colors. The colors come in my shirts now, so I got Deadpool on today.
Gotcha. Okay, that works, I guess. And then the homie, the prodigal son who strayed away, he's made his way back. Chris Golden, all the way from the
What's
DMV.
Good? How you feel? Sitting on 100 mil.
The residential light skin.
Chris, you still in Florida, right?
No. I'm in DC.
All right. No, you're good. And so, of course, we always bring a special guest on, and then this guest here is real special, I guess, to me, probably nobody else. But because I'm related to him, you know what I'm saying? This is not only just a cousin of mine, but it's actually a cousin that I grew up with. We have a very, very humongous family. And believe it or not, I have cousins that I'm still just meeting in my adulthood. You know what I'm saying? But he was one that, we've been around there the whole time. He has a Monstar family. All of him and all of his siblings are like 6'9" and above. But and I'm not even joking. But yeah, man, this is my guy, man. Glad to have him here. You can call him E. Wilson. You can call him Lil Nard because his dad is
not Lil Nard.
But yeah, man, Cuzzo here, Nard, Elgrin Wilson. What's popping?
What's good? Well, I'm glad for y'all to, think of me, man. That's what's up.
Straight out of Tampa, Florida. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Born and raised, man. What was that like? What was your experience in Tampa for people who may not really know about the city?
Well, I mean, it's just like every other city. I guess you live in a city long enough, you want to leave. So I mean, it's just like it's just like any other city. If you ask me, for real. I mean, fortunately, I was able to go away for school a little bit. I was like in Tennessee for like 5 years, so I mean, I got to see how they do it. But it's a bunch of people who are from there who trying to get out of Tennessee. So it's
Right.
same game everywhere, for real.
You how many years of basketball did you play when you was in college?
4.
4. Oh, okay. Did you do the 5 years like because of like a red shirt or something, or just you did your 4 and had like some more school left?
No, yeah. I mean, I did my 4 years and I still had credits left to graduate. And well, it's a business. I mean, my coach got fired the last game of my last game ever, so, of my senior year. So they don't have to honor any promises or anything that he gave to me. So I was sticking it out, you know what I'm saying, paying here and there, working overnight, but it just didn't work out. I had to come home.
Gotcha. Now let me ask you this, because I mean, granted, I've grown up with y'all, but I don't think I ever knew this. So, like, how tall is your dad and how tall is your mom? Like, what is their measurements?
My dad is like, well, it's like 6'4", 6'5" now.
Gotta be 6'5".
Yeah, he's like 6'5", and my mom, she's 5'11".
Okay.
Jesus.
Right. So this is what I meant. I wasn't kidding about him. So you're what? You're what? At least what? 6'9"?
No. I'm with shoes on. I'm 6'6". My brother's 6'8" though.
No, get the fuck out of here. You taller than 6'6". I've stood next to you.
Man, trust me. It was a harsh truth I had to come to realize in college when they really measure you, and yeah, it stung. I thought I was 6'7" forever, but nah.
So who the tallest? Peyton?
Oh yeah, for sure. He's a solid 6'7" for sure. 6'7.5".
Hey, y'all taller. I'm gonna get my own tape measure. You lying now? I know. I done stood next to y'all. Like y'all younger than me, and I be looking up like I'm a little bitch or something. So I know y'all.
Right. Nard, you're that tall guy that makes the people who think they're tall be like, fuck, I wish I was tall.
Right.
No.
Like I'm like 6'1", 6'2", and I've always been the tall person. But then someone like you comes around and just wrecks my entire identity.
Absolutely.
I mean, nah, man. It's not as dramatic as he's making it seem, but I mean, we're tall family for sure. My sister's tall too. My sister's like, what, 6'1"?
Yeah.
Where did you play basketball?
I went to junior college at a school called Walter State Community College. It's in Morristown, Tennessee. And then I went to a 4-year school called Lee University. It's in Cleveland, Tennessee. Division II ball. I mean, honestly, school was never in middle school it was because my mom was still helping me and stuff. So, but after, like when she turned me loose in high school, and then it just went downhill.
Right.
She was holding me together. I tell her all the time she was holding me together, but she let me go. Right.
She let me go. So talk to us about your filmmaking background. You know what I'm saying? Because I me and you have never had like a real deep conversation in reference to that. But we've had we've breezed over it. You know what I'm saying, here and there. So just tell us. I guess like what all that you do when it comes down to filmmaking, whether it's like behind the camera, in front of the camera, and then just even what this whole journey looks like for you, like what you're trying to do with it.
I mean, well, to answer your first question, I mean, it started like in high school with reading plays and together in classes. I was always better reading when it was other people, like to help, you know what I'm saying? So they read some, I read some, you know what I mean? So I fell in love with that style of but then I actually fell in love with the idea that you could really paint an entire scene, everything, a movie, whatever, on paper. And the ability, honestly and truthfully, it's a weird way. I think I've told you before, like the way I write is I see it. I watch the whole movie in my head, then I write about it.
Right.
But screenwriting is definitely my thing. I enjoy writing. And I mean, as far as recently, I just kind of kind of got the urge to probably try to act in some of my stuff, but man, as far as getting it done, it's just tough on the financial side for me right now. Just trying to do that and all the other stuff I got going on.
Right.
We'd have been put something out, but just done small music videos, like just little skits and stuff in music videos as far as directing, but writing is really my passion.
Gotcha. And so what do you see yourself as far as like if you were to able to make it a career, or like do you want to make it a career? Like, is that something that you're actually trying to do, or it's like or is it like if it happens to happen? Like, are you pursuing it, or are you just you doing it just in case?
At the moment, I'm pursuing it as well as a lot of other stuff, so I don't have my full undivided attention, but I am still pushing to put out my first, and however that goes, then that's where I'm gonna go with it. Just as far as just for right now, as far as short term, but long term, definitely, I want to be all over it if I can.
Gotcha. And like, what would you say, like, if you could have like a dream job when it came down to writing or directing or whatever, like what? And when I say job, it don't necessarily mean somebody has to hire you to do it. I'm just saying, but what would that look like?
Directing.
Like directing, like
writing and directing, really though. Writing and directing, really though. Like that's because, like I said, writing is my thing. I would like to write and direct my own stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, for sure. Anybody else got any more questions before we move on?
Do you have like maybe a couple of your favorite movies? Like, what kind of movies do you like to watch?
Comedies for me, that's a good question. Yeah, but comedies for me, for sure. I mean, all kind of black comedies, like your Life. That's like my all-time favorite movie.
Oh yeah.
Stuff like that. But as far as like, I love Denzel, so I watch a lot of Denzel.
Hey, what's your favorite Denzel joint?
Definitely gotta be John Q.
Yo, John
why
Q.
He point?
Yo.
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
It's tough. Huh?
Come on,
nah, Training Day, that's everybody's favorite. Training Day's cliche.
I'm not gonna bury my son.
I just wanted to point out to DA, like, you can see this is my relative, because you hear how he said black comedies and black movies.
Yeah, I was just about to ask him.
This is what we grew up on. I try to tell you that. They don't be believing me when I tell them this, bro. I be telling, like, they be naming like the whitest movies in the world that are so popular to everybody else, and then when I don't know them, they frustrated with me, and I'm like, I didn't grow up on the movies. I don't think that they're bad.
Star Wars is not a white movie, Rudy. It's a movie that the entire world loves.
Yeah.
And
Star Wars.
Star Wars is a white movie, though.
No, it is not.
So is it a black movie? Is it a black movie? Is it a black movie?
Okay, there are more than
not a black movie, but it's not a white movie.
General audience.
So no. When I say a white movie, I'm not saying like it's like they're like trying to like do like a white thing, like it's like frat boys. I'm saying, but it's a predominantly white cast, I would imagine. I didn't see it.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
White director, white writer, white everything, I'm sure, attached to it. So, and nothing about it was made to like appeal to like a black audience. It wasn't saying like, hey, this is our version of what a family who eats soul food do or whatever. Like it's not that type of movie. So for what I'm saying is like the type of cinema that we were raised on, not that Star Wars couldn't have been seen, but that wasn't like in the household. Like you just really had to just go see Star Wars. But for me,
is Glory a white movie?
I don't know.
Boom.
That's
your logic.
But no. But I only seen. But listen, I only seen Glory because I was showed that in school. My parents didn't show me Glory. My white teacher did.
This is true.
So that's what I'm saying. So while I'm talking about like cinema that was in my household, like it was Denzel movies and all this type of stuff that he's talking about is the point that I'm making.
But that doesn't to that point, my family, I'm the nerd of the family, if you want to say that. They showed me
Shocker.
They showed me a wide range of movies. So therefore, that's not an accurate statement. There's no such thing as this movie is specifically for a white audience.
Yo, I have a question because I've been asking myself this question for like a while now. regarding, and I want to know you guys' opinion on this. Is Coming to America, the 1987 movie with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall, would you consider that a black movie?
Yeah.
Yes. It's completely black. Everyone in the movie's black, pretty much.
How's that not a black movie? What are you talking about?
No.
Everything is black about that movie.
Check this out. The director, John Landis.
I mean, I would say it transcends the black movie audience, because I mean, my grandma loves Coming to America.
That's just like saying the Color Purple. That's just like saying the Color Purple is not a black movie just because it was directed by Steven Spielberg.
But you see,
right? But that movie also like transcend. It's like Glory. Like technically, I guess you could call it a black movie, but it transcends.
But wait a minute. So that's crazy. Just because it gets to a certain level,
exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Like, wow.
What is it?
That's what I was about to say. That's what I was about to say. That's what it sounds like. You sound like, because the way Jay said it, it sounds like because it also appealed to like the white audience and it got bigger, this was no longer a black movie. And that's not the case. Like, just because it got to that level.
Once they get their hands on it, it's theirs, Rudy. Don't you know this?
Jesus Christ. Jay, you're racist.
So, Nard, what's your favorite Denzel movie?
Isn't John Landis Jewish? So it would be like a Jewish movie, if anything. So
I don't know. What's your favorite Denzel movie? Because I'm sorry, we cut you off.
Oh no, it's all good. I would say my favorite is probably American Gangster. Before he ratted. It's a true story, so he had to rat, but if you knew the story.
Why was that one your favorite of all of them? Like out of Denzel movies? Don't get me wrong, American Gangster was fire, but
Man on Fire is movie unbelievable.
Was just so fly. Yeah, that's my favorite. The movie was just that fly. It was just fly.
I don't know, man. American Gangster, to me personally, bro, it was a movie that was so good on paper, but just did not entertain the shit out of me. Definitely not one of my favorites.
It's drawn out. It's definitely drawn out. It's one of the movies that I fell asleep on multiple times. But
he had to wear the coat.
Idiot. He had to wear the fucking coat.
Dummy. Dude, all right, before we move on, DA, I wanted to say, you said John Q's your favorite Denzel movie, right?
He backpedaling already. God,
yeah, he's backing up on it.
I will say that. I think he.
Okay, dude. You guys know a fun fact about John Q? Because I actually love that movie too. So crazy. John Q has like an 18% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know. No one likes it.
Not a good movie.
Damn.
You didn't like John Q? You didn't like John Q?
I like it, but it's just like I'm not gonna rewatch it. Like I saw it once.
I thought John Q was fire. I thought it was really
good. Like the best part of that movie is Denzel Washington, and it's hard for me to enjoy a movie when there's just really one person that's carrying.
That's most
the movie.
James Woods.
But he was
James Woods was a fucking character of like a nasty white man. It was like I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't like that movie. And then he only has one bullet.
You couldn't take it.
It was cool. I mean, whatever. It was a whatever movie.
Just as a disclaimer, any Denzel movie I go to see, he's the only person I'm worried about in the first place. I don't care about anybody else.
Man on Fire? Come on.
Did y'all like the Book of Eli?
Dude, what a fucking masterpiece that was.
I like the Book of Eli. I wouldn't like keep watching. It's not like a movie I just keep watching, but I did like it though. It's dope. I've
probably watched Man on Fire 150 times.
Oh yeah. I slept. That's probably I forgot all about that. I'm tripping.
Man on Fire's that shit.
He got game. What's up? No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, you know what Denzel movie I bet you guys haven't seen?
He got game.
He is, but Ray Allen is terrible.
Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. Have you guys ever seen that movie where the fucking killer is jumping from body to body and he keeps singing that song?
Yes.
Dude. Yeah, one of his first ones.
Russell
right?
Crowe.
No.
First
of
all,
that was actually a fire ass movie, bro.
We're not gonna be disrespectful to Remember the Titans, okay? Just because it's a Disney.
Yeah, especially I'm in that movie.
Right, exactly. Just because it's a Disney movie, we're not gonna act like Coach Boone didn't come to life through Denzel, and we ain't even know him. All right, cool.
Water is for the weak. Yo, that's a good movie.
I actually, just as a quick side note, I actually played a flag football game at that high school at TC Williams or whatever, because it's in Virginia, Northern Virginia. So when I was stationed there, We play. It's definitely remodeled though. It's not like they got like the championship, whatever, but it's not the old little shitty school. Like they got money now. That's all I'm saying. It's a really nice school. Yeah, like their high school field is turf. Let's just put it that way.
Oh yeah.
All right, cool, man. Well, let's get into these movies. This was I guess we had 3 comedies this week.
Yeah.
One of those I wouldn't really call a comedy, but
I'm trying to tell you. Well, anyways, we'll go ahead and get this one out of the way because I'm pretty sure everybody's gonna like this one. The OG Kung Fu Hustle. Majority everybody has pretty much seen this. This was actually, believe it or not, this is actually I've always seen majority of this. I've actually never watched it from start to finish, but I've seen a good bulk of it. But yeah, man. And first of all, I always want to say this. Shout out to all the directors and the filmmakers attached to these films. We're not trying to discredit all your efforts. You know, we're just giving our opinions and, you know, talking our shit. So Kung Fu Hustle, directed by Stephen Chow, also starring Stephen Chow. I guess he's the Chinese Tyler Perry.
Japanese.
Japanese.
Oh, wait. He is Chinese. Hong Kong.
China. Yeah, you what the fuck?
Sorry.
Confidently incorrect.
Confidently right.
Confidently. Somehow my brain, I don't know. Go ahead.
No. So I was gonna say, so basically what we're doing here is we'll start off with like a vote. So we'll give I'll give a 1, 2, 3. Everybody give a thumbs up or thumbs down. This basically just means that you either, you know, like the film as a whole or disliked it as a whole. But you can like it and have things that you didn't like about it, or you can do a thumbs down and have things that you did like about it. So, but this is just your overall vote, like good movie, trash movie. You feel me? And then we'll just go from there. All right, so on the count of 3, let's give our thumbs up or down. 1, 2, and 3.
Lonnie and Chris.
Lonnie and Chris. All right. So before I'm gonna let Lonnie and Chris go first, but I just want to say that the landlady, I hit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I smashed. I just want to throw that out there. Like,
that's valid.
I was kind of feeling like the rollers and the aggression and just like I was kind of digging it. I'm not gonna lie to you. But y'all, but the people for the thumbs down, I want to hear about it. What is this your first time seeing it or what happened?
Yes, my first time. I heard mad good shit about it, and I actually respect Stephen Chow. He's fucking made like 50 films before this one.
Or is it pronounced Chow? I thought it was Chow. Is it Chow?
It is Chow. I fucking said Chow. I don't care. I don't know.
That's his Japanese name?
I'm used to reading it. I've never heard anyone say it until this podcast. I just read it. Like, no one's talking about Stephen Chow.
It's CHOW, so that's why I thought it could be Chow. I don't know. But go ahead.
I don't know. Either way, fucking dude, I did not enjoy this movie, man. I had heard so much good shit about it that I really went in with high hopes. And bro, this was like a fucking live action Bugs Bunny fucking cartoon, man. The slapstick.
Wait. That's what it's
when the bitch hit the sign, when she hit the sign and slid down, I would almost turn the fucking movie off. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not a fan of slapstick humor, and I'm also not a fan of weird for the sake of being weird. Two things that completely annoy the shit out of me in movies, and this movie had both of those in spades. Go ahead, Lon, or anybody else.
This movie reminded me a lot of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Do you guys remember that movie?
Yeah.
So Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon came in with all of this like gas and fucking power, and everyone was saying how great of a movie it was and how revolutionary it was going to be. And then I went and watched the movie, and I was bored to tears watching it.
Nice.
You didn't like Crouching Tiger?
Green Destiny?
Dude.
No.
I agree that movie's
So let me tell you why. I am a huge Kung Fu movie fan. I love Bruce Lee. I love Jackie Chan.
You're an old Jaden Smith Karate Kid loving ass nigga.
Yeah, I do love that movie. I do love Jaden.
No, I do too. I'm not gonna lie.
That was a great movie to me. I liked this movie. There were some things about it that I did like a lot. It's very original. It's got its own identity. I liked the action scenes. The fighting scenes were great. I enjoy watching fighting scenes, but to me, a really good movie that's a Kung Fu movie really has to have a strong story and acting
What do you mean?
And that's why Jackie Chan movies are so. Let me finish. I'm going to explain myself. The problem with this movie was there was just too much for me. I mean, listen, this movie was very, very well done. And I would enjoy it more, I think, if I were rooted a little bit heavier in Chinese culture and what Chinese people enjoy. But this movie is just like, I don't know, it just doesn't do it for me. Like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, I enjoy the action. I like watching them fight. I think it's awesome. The choreography is great. But this movie just like, I found it boring. I didn't care at all what was going on. The story didn't engage me. The acting was over the top. And again, if I was like Chinese or enjoyed more of the Chinese culture, I could see myself enjoying this movie more, but it just, I don't know.
Yeah, my hate is definitely race fueled as well.
It's not racial. It's cultural. So hold on 1 second before.
Right.
So Jackie Chan has said that he does not understand why Rush Hour is a success. Of all of the movies he's done, he does not get Rush Hour. He knows that it's a big success in America, but the humor does not land for him. He doesn't understand why it's funny, what's funny about it. And that's the same, I'm having the same thing with Kung Fu Hustle. I don't understand what's funny. It's supposed to be this funny movie. Scene with they're playing that, the guitar and the knives are flying out of it. I was like, okay.
Bro, that scene was fine. Hold on, what the fuck, bro?
Hold on, listen.
No. I've held on to listen enough, okay? This is enough blasphemy about this fucking movie, okay? Number one.
Real fast.
You better say something.
So, when it comes to movies such like this, where the action is kind of over the top in kind of kung fu movies, this is actually their versions of superheroes. So these are their versions of superheroes. So if you go on with that mindset that this is maybe their Superman or their Flash and whatnot, and you watch the movie, it seems so. I mean, it takes. I guess maybe if you take that approach and you look at it, it's very fun to look at. And if you actually understand the comedy, maybe it's because I watch anime a lot, but these are their superheroes. Their type of.
I understand that. I get that. And again, that's what I like about the movie is I like the fighting. I like the action. It's just not my movie.
But that's what I'm saying. I see when you would like it. Which I guess I put it like this: we have to respect the fact that you just said that you just don't like it, because I've been on that side as well. Because like for me, I don't think that it's this is kind of like a Napoleon Dynamite. Not that it's the same type of movie, but it's kind of like either you like this type of humor or you don't. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, I thought that even just the fact that the landlady was who she was just in this movie in general, that all by itself was funny to me. You know what I'm saying? Because like she is the bitch of any, even you look at Friday After Next, Miss Pearly, whatever, like that everybody's going to always make the landlady, that woman, but that was almost even like her superpower, almost, if you will, you know what I'm saying? And even just the fact that they were like, cause for me, I guess once I already know a movie is being silly, like I just go with the silliness, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, but I think that when you're, because for one, I mean, I thought the storyline was fine, but I think that when you even mention like, hey, the storyline didn't connect for me, to me, I think that you were looking at this movie in a totally different way than it should have been.
It definitely
because the storyline was great to me, but that wasn't even the most impressive part. Like it could have not had a storyline, and I wouldn't have really cared, because to me, what they were presenting, the quick little feet and running off and slapping people and whatever, and this person talking shit and getting punched and whatever, and just the different, you know what I'm saying? And even just him, turning, like him being the shitbag and becoming like the one or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, and I even say this one last thing, like for me, Kung Fu movies, I haven't watched like a gazillion of them, but Kung Fu movies have always been motherfuckers flying and shit in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like I've never, like at one point in time, I thought that like just all Asian people who knew Kung Fu could fly. Like I thought that came with the territory. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all I ever seen. You know what I'm saying?
So like a different style of Kung Fu movies. Like I grew up with Bruce Lee and like the Wu-Tang films. Like those are a little bit more grounded in reality, where it's just people fighting. Like it's just real. You know, these guys are like, they're flying all around.
But that's what I'm saying.
But
they're giving the fight scene with the silliness, because it's a comedy. That's just like if somebody does a comedy in the hood, like somebody gonna die in the comedy, but it's gonna be a drive-by, but they're gonna make it funny. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like that's
one of the movies that we review this week is the Pineapple Express, and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of like funny violence.
Yo, listen, man. The fucking the fight scenes in this movie were all trash. The only fucking cool one was the guy that came out with the rings on his fists and was blocking the fucking. Yeah, I
enjoyed all of the fight scenes.
No, me personally, I thought they were super hit and miss. And then my main gripe again is just the comedy was not fucking funny, bro.
Oh,
the only funny part in the whole movie. The only funny part is when he's like, "Nah, I don't kill women. You're good." And she fucking turns around and he blasts her with a shotgun and she flies like 50 yards.
So you telling me the scene wasn't funny when the dude who ended up being the one at the end, but he was a piece of shit, and like his friend was asleep in the barber chair, and he was just kept calling people out in the crowd, and then he was like, "No, not you. I met you over here." And like he'll call somebody.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't know. Maybe like reading the subtitles of that and watch it just wasn't funny to me. Like I saw what they were going for. Like, oh, super tall guy, you know.
This is a hard movie to watch with subtitles. It's very it's a lot to watch and then trying to read at the same time. I ain't gonna lie, that was kind of tough.
They do have an English version.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Daryl. I apologize, but did anyone here? What are your feelings towards the Matrix? Did anyone else here like the Matrix? How do you guys?
I like the first Matrix.
I like the second one better.
Because to me, this felt like the Matrix, but with heart. You know. Like
the Matrix is kind of an ode to Hong Kong cinema, which is what this is.
Yeah.
To me, this felt like, you know, like if you could suspend your belief and like in reality, whatever, right, in three-dimensional reality, the way that you like with the Matrix, you could easily do that here. You know. Now, if the story doesn't engage you, or the comedy doesn't engage you, well, that's a different story. But I thought. Like, you know, I thought that this movie was like The Matrix, except it had a lot more heart, because it was essentially, and that's what sold it to be the story, the story of the guy who's lost in the world, and you know he knows or he believes that there's something greater calling him, and you know he thinks it's gonna be one thing, but it's a completely different thing, and by the end, you know, he's looking for riches and you know. He's looking for the gold, but he ends up finding out that the gold is really like the wisdom and the power that he has. It's not to enrich himself, but to protect like the neighborhood or whatever. And I thought that was like to me that sold it. You know, the whole thing of it being like a Bugs Bunny movie. Yeah, like it comes to the silliness of it, but I think you could if you like the story enough. You could suspend reality and believe, like the knife with the guitar and shit. You know.
I don't want you guys to think that I think this is a bad movie. I don't think it's a bad movie. No. I totally appreciate what is being done here. It is definitely, you know, I understand why people love it so much. It's extremely unique. Like what Jay says, has a lot of heart in it. You can tell that the people who made this movie really loved this movie and like put themselves into it. It's just, you know, there's musicians that are great musicians that you just don't really enjoy. You don't like their sound. You don't like their thing. And just my personal taste, I'm more of a like Legend of Drunken Master, Enter the Dragon, Hong Kong film, you know, police story, Rumble in the Bronx kind of kung fu movie, as opposed to the like, you know, there is a movie, I think one of us talked about it. I think it's called Legend. It's with Jet Li, and he's got the long ponytail. Was it DA? You were talking about that movie, right?
What movie? Legends?
Is that what it's called? It's called Legend, where he's like telling the story to the emperor.
You're talking about the Master or something like that.
Something like that. And you know, that movie I did enjoy. I did like that movie, but it's like right on the cusp. That is more of the like fantastical, you know, what DA has described as like a superhero legend type of movie. And you know, I do like it, but I'm also I'm not really. I don't have much of a connection to Chinese mythology. I would say.
Hey, E, I
mean, neither do I. I just liked it.
Huh? Say that again, DA.
They tell you saying, "Nah, what you got? You got to just jump in. We get carried away. Sorry."
No, it's all good. I'm listening. Nah, Kung Fu Hustle. I mean, for me, it's a movie I saw, when I was younger, obviously, but watching it again as I got, it was definitely one that it's got its moments I call like cringy moments where it's just like it's real cheesy or whatever. But luckily for me, I watch it, pretty high, so it works.
Absolutely,
it works. It's a high movie for me. If I'm smoking or something.
No, that's real. I mean, I was definitely smoking while I was watching. I mean, but I do that with all three movies. But I don't, But to me, like I said, I mean, am I saying like, oh, this is the greatest comedy or kung fu whatever of all time? Like I would just post it on my Instagram and tell people go see this now. Like I'm not ranting and raving that hard, but I think it's an enjoyable movie to watch. You know what I'm saying? Like it's silly. You know what I'm saying? But you also get like it's kind of like a sweet and salty snack. You know what I'm saying? Like you're getting the action because it's not like one thing because I actually have the same opinion about Pineapple Express once we get to it, but I thought the same thing about this, and I remember thinking the comparison that they do a good job of keeping the seriousness of whatever the situation is, but still allowing the silliness to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like neither one overshadowed the other to me. Like when they were being silly, like you knew they were being silly, but when it was time to fight, like niggas was fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like it was legit. It was a legit balance to me. You know what I'm saying?
Fighting was fun.
Right. And for me, I feel like as long as if they would have cheesied out the fighting too much, then it would have almost felt like a spoof or something like that, or them just trying to just be too silly. But I thought that it was a pretty healthy balance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like defending this movie to the grave, but I mean, I thought it was legit. I think it's a solid film.
I describe kung fu movies like this kind of like a porno. It's like, I don't care about the story. Get to the fucking action. I didn't care about what any of the characters were involved in. I just wanted to see the fight scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
I felt like I said that about another movie, and y'all scolded me for having that same opinion. It was some movie we watched, and I think it was maybe Terminator, so I don't know what it was. It was some movie we watched. I said that exact same thing. I just want to see the action. Y'all was like, oh, Rudy doesn't like it. He's insensitive. Alani says it. He gets away with it. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder why. I wonder what the difference
is. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised that Chris and Alani didn't like this. I thought.
I'm not surprised Chris didn't like it. Chris definitely has a different taste of film.
I have expected you to come in, Rudy, and say like you didn't like it at all. So.
No. I mean, because I'm not like I can go with a wave. Like if I see what type of just like. What's the movie we watched? What was it, The Other Guys or whatever? Right. When I seen that opening scene when Samuel L. Jackson them like they blew up in a fire, but then they was at the press conference. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I see where this movie's going. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm gonna just go with it. You feel what I'm saying? And that was the same thing like with this whole movie. Like I seen, even from the opening scene when dude got thrown into the little sign, you know what I'm saying? When he went and got the girl or whatever, like, okay, I see what time it is. So I kept smoking and I took it for what it was, I rock with it. So that's all I got for it, man.
Good shit.
Anybody else got anything for Kung Fu Hustle? So, Elani, you giving it a 6? I feel like anything like 6 and above, that means you should be a thumbs up, man. Remember you said 6 was.
Oh, right.
Remember,
so let's
your 6 was at like an angle, yeah. All right.
My thumb stays where it is.
All right, cool, man. Well, let's move right along. Let's go ahead to Pineapple Express, directed by David Gordon Green, starring Seth Rogen, James Franco, a host of others. So let's vote. On the count of 3, likes or dislikes. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah. Pineapple Express is just a really good movie. And
So, yeah.
I really almost wish we could talk about all three of these movies at the same time because like I really had things that connected with each one of them. And there's a real the Binge made me like Pineapple Express even more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? like it made me like it even more. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've seen Pineapple Express at least 10 plus times. You know what I'm saying? And there's always been something that I've always laughed at already, or laughed at that I forgot was even there, or didn't realize, or didn't catch the joke the first time, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, but even the joke of him kicking his foot through the windshield and him saying like he tore his groin or whatever. I seen that on the previews before the movie came out.
Yeah.
When the movie came out and since then, and I've never not watched that scene and not laughed. You know what I'm saying? Because it's Pineapple Express just holds up, is what I'm trying to say.
So good.
Word. I love the scene with Danny McBride when he'd already. Oh, my bad.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
No, I was gonna say I love that scene with Danny McBride after he'd already sold them out. And he's like, nah, bro. It's just the fact that you as an audience member knows that he snitched, it just makes everything he says hilarious in that scene.
He steals the movie, dude. Like that movie really put him on top. Dude, I love the scene when he's like towards the end of the movie when they're like going through his little guns and he pulls out the little gun. He's like, this is the gun I used to have when I was a prostitute. And then he's like, make sure you pick up all those bullets. I don't want to run over them with a vacuum cleaner and shoot myself in the face. And then they're doing this thing. They're like, don't.
Yeah.
Bro, so good. This movie, like what Rudy was saying, like every time I watch it, there's something new. This movie obviously is hilarious. Just the first scene with Bill Hader smoking weed with the scuba man like coming in. And, the father, the girl's father, is unbelievably hilarious. He's like, I'm gonna go get my gun, and the next thing he does is come into the room and shoot the gun.
And what's so funny about that? Just to piggyback off what you said, the whole timing of that scene, because he leaves and he's like, if you're not gone by the time I come back with my gun, I'm going to shoot you. Yeah. He leaves and then immediately James Franco busts through the door. So that makes you immediately forget about the bag for like 2 seconds. So that he gets stabbed and you're like, oh shit. And then 3 seconds later, he comes through with the shotgun. The time of that scene was perfect, bro. Like that shit was hilarious.
The one thing about this movie that I don't think people really realize is that it's smart as fuck too. Like, there's a part of the movie where they're in the woods and they're like stoners that are going through these stupid hypothetical things. And he's like, bro, we got to get our phones. We got to break our phones. And they throw it just like instantly and break their phones. And he's like, we need our phones. What happened? You told me to throw it. Later in the movie, I don't know if you remember, but Rosie Perez is like, yeah, we tried to track their phones, but they broke them in the woods. So they were actually smart. They did the right thing, but by accident. And if you're not like plugged into the movie, you can miss that real.
Right.
What about the relationship between the hitmen? Like fucking Craig Robinson and this guy.
Right.
Like,
I seen it.
Right. It's funny.
It's called tonight.
Right. And that's what I give this movie credit for. Like, they have obviously used a bunch of comedians or comedic actors, and they do a very, very good job of balancing like the movie. As silly as it was, you never didn't think like if somebody was coming after them, they were in trouble. Like you felt it, you know what I'm saying? Like you didn't necessarily feel like, oh no, they're not gonna get shot or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But the silliness kept, it keeps it going, man. Like I even just the little plugs of just black references. Like he like, yo, maybe we should go to like a motel, hotel, Holiday Inn. You know what I'm saying? Like. Shit like that is funny to me because it's real subtle. You know what I'm saying? But they're just like throwing shit in there. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even notice that, Rudy.
Yeah,
I've seen this movie so many times, and I did not even pick
James
up on
Franco says that when they first leave, when he's like, man, we got to leave your apartment because they're going to trace the Pineapple Express to us. And when they first get in the car driving, he's like, well, where should we go? He's like, maybe we should go to like a motel, a hotel, a Holiday Inn. Like he says it like just in like talking.
That's
like,
funny.
Bro, that shit was so funny, bro. Like it's
There's something that I want to mention to a point that you made earlier, Rui, that as silly as that movie got in times, the scenes that intended for you to feel some sort of tension, they made me feel that. They really made me feel the tension of, shit, like this just got real, like the cop getting shot, or like when Gary Cole's character gets, he loses it and threatens war on with the Japanese.
He is excellent. Gary Cole is excellent in this movie.
Yeah. No. To like that shit. So to me, it's a mixture of a crime movie with the silliness of a stoner movie, which you don't feel like you're getting one over the other, really.
Even Seth Rogen's reaction when the dude got shot in front of, like when he first heard the gunshot, like he didn't like overdo it. He was just like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like he had like a natural, like, I'm just sitting here smoking, about to serve the subpoena, and they're like, oh, did I just hear a gunshot? And then even just like, because just imagine, like, if you're sitting there smoking and you see somebody get shot, I probably would throw my blunt too, because you're thinking like the police might come. What, you know, so you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. So like, to me, even just as a person who smokes weed, I thought that was a very genuine reaction. Like, oh shit, you know, because I've thrown my blunt for no reason before because of just some shit. Like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And run off just because you panicking, you know what I'm saying? So to me, like, I thought even that being what was helping them get traced, and that's what helped move the story along, I thought that was a realistic thing to use, because a real stoner, and Seth Rogen and James Franco did a very good job of playing stoners. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell that they're familiar with this world, because even the conversation, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I really felt like at times I was Seth Rogen and James Franco was Chris. Like, I really felt like these are moments that I really had with him. Like, he's just like, man, you just go smoke and leave, bro, you know, and blah. Like, that's Chris. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chris is real conversational. We get high, we talk, you know what I'm saying? So like, I really felt like, not that we only had the weed man customer relationship, like we were friends, but it would be those type of high ass conversations like they had, and it just really made me think about it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Honestly, although I really enjoyed the movie, I don't think, like, when I was watching it this time, like, I didn't laugh as much. I think
You don't smoke weed. So you don't smoke weed.
That's
why.
That was gonna be my point. I think because I'm not high and I'm watching it, I'm like, okay, this is not as funny as I remember it. But I do give it credit for it. There are like some hilarious moments, especially when he called his girlfriend crying, and then she's like, "Oh, I want to marry you," and he's like,
right.
That was hilarious.
God, I realized now.
He backed that shit quick, man.
Her dad was one of the funniest people in that movie. Honestly.
Fuck Jeff Goldblum.
Fucking Craig Robinson was pretty funny in that shit too, bro. I liked his character.
There's
bro.
nobody in that movie who's not, even like Bobby Lee, who has like one scene. Fucking hilarious.
Everybody in this movie is funny.
Ken Young has no lines in that movie.
Right.
Yeah.
That dude is hilarious still.
But hey, because I was gonna ask you, so you chose this movie. So like, what made you choose? Is this like one of your favorites, or?
I would definitely say it's one of my favorites, and only because it surprised me, because a lot of times with those kind of movies, they can be borderline. You know what I mean? And what I mean by borderline, they just like borderline over the top, or borderline just demonic, or borderline anything. You know, I just call it borderline. And so the fact that they was able to, like, I guess you would say, keep me within the comfort of, you know, watching it and just, you know, seeing them act completely crazy. You know what I'm saying? It worked for me.
Let me ask you,
a smoker, it's like, it's a go-to.
I watched this movie before I started smoking weed, and then I watched it again. Like when this movie came out, I wasn't smoking weed, so this was one of those movies that I got the perspective of being like straight edge and laughing my ass off, and then being a stoner and having a whole new
appreciation
perspective on it, which is such an awesome thing for guys that started smoking weed later in life. Like, I love that. Like, when you watch a movie again and you're like, oh my God, this is amazing.
But let me ask you. Let me ask all of y'all this as a whole. Like, do y'all think that they chose the name Pineapple Express because of the fact? Because, like, to me, when I hear Pineapple Express, like, if you don't see a preview or whatever like that, like, you could think this movie is about anything. Like, this may could be a restaurant, this may be a bus station, a train station. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So, like, do you think that they purposely kind of used that to kind of draw people in before they knew what it was, or do you think it just was the name that they chose just because that's the strand of weed or whatever?
They invented this strain of weed. It wasn't a strain before.
No. I get that, but what I'm saying is,
yeah, I think they did. I think they made it. They tried to make it something that was ambiguous, so that you wouldn't know exactly what the movie was about. You really had to now we know what the movie is about, right? So Pineapple Express, but nobody, I don't think anybody knew what Pineapple Express meant in 2007 before this movie came out.
For sure.
One thing I do want to say is, do you guys remember when all of the your weed man was like, "Yo, I got Pineapple Express," and I'm like, "Fuck you! You don't have you got weed that you don't have a name for, then you don't know what it is. So you're just calling it Pineapple Express."
Honestly, no, there is a Pineapple Express now, but
now
when the movie came out, there was everyone was either smoking Reggie or
for sure
loud.
But they actually tell you what Pineapple Express is. He actually mentions what the real Pineapple Express is. It's a wind stream that goes through Hawaii that picks up all the nutrients from the soil and drops it in British Columbia. So that's one of the reasons that BC has such good pot. Is because of that.
He got it right there.
Awesome.
There you go.
This man, he found the real one. He it's on the label.
So that's one of those things that I'm saying. This movie is pretty smart, under the surface. It on its what you see is a stoner crime movie. It really has some intelligence behind it.
Yeah. Even I mean, speaking of the intelligence, even just them mentioning once again doing it in a funny way. He's like Asian. What part of Asia? I mean, technically India's in Asia. You know what I'm saying? Saying stuff like that. Most people be like, wait, really? And you think that they're just saying some high shit, you go look it up. Oh, no. You know what I'm saying? It's just, so what I'm saying is even them just being able to use moments like that, the Asian, you know what I'm saying? That's a teachable moment even in the midst of, comedy. You know what I'm saying? Which that's a dope thing to do. That's making awareness, to a lot of people's ignorance who, wouldn't know something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I also love that Seth Rogen and James Franco switched parts. I don't know if you guys know that, but originally when they made the movie, Seth Rogen was supposed to be Saul, and James Franco was supposed to be Seth Rogen's character. Which
at that time would have made more sense, but now that you see him in more of those roles, you can kind of see James, Franco in it more. But yeah, no, I get that though. I would have guessed that.
Another thing is, I don't know if you guys know this, but James Franco is high in every single scene of Spider-Man 3 because he thought it was stupid. So it really makes it funnier when you realize that really is who James Franco is.
That scene where he's fucking eating the pie, it's so good. He smiles into the camera. What was that in that movie? Or was that number 2? That was in 3, right?
Well, that I think I don't know.
2.
That was 2.
I only seen Tobey Maguire.
I know in 2 he did
the one where his face is messed up.
He's like, huh? He gave him the forward and the backhand slap.
No,
number 2.
I only seen the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
I was gonna say James Franco is fucking funny, man. Have you guys seen The Disaster Artist?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fucking great in that movie, man.
He was funny in Why Him or whatever it was called.
Dude, so funny.
That shit was funny as fuck.
He's great. I love James Franco.
Dude, he was awesome in Spring Breakers. I don't know if you guys have seen that shit. He's he's like a Florida drug dealer. No? Damn.
Somebody that we know was in that movie. I'm trying to remember who it was.
Spring Breakers? Selena Gomez.
No, man. Somebody from our comedy scene. You know Selena Gomez?
Selena Gomez.
Oh, yeah, Selena Gomez. Yeah, I know her. She's my friend from high school.
Right. No, I don't know.
I don't know if somebody was in that movie.
So anybody got anything else for Pineapple Express?
Nah, man.
All good? All right, cool. All right. So last and certainly least, we got the Binge, directed
Let's
by
all give a thumbs down and just
directed by Jeremy Gerlich, starring Skylar.
Jeremy Derelict? Yeah, that fits.
Gizondo, I guess it's pronounced, Dexter Darden, and Vince Vaughn, and a host of others. So here we go. Let's get our votes going. On the count of 3, thumbs up or thumbs down. 1, 2, and 3.
I wish I had more hands so I can get up 4 thumbs down.
So okay. So what's with the 3 of y'all with these side thumbs? Like, what's that about?
The movie was,
dude, what?
They had like enjoyable moments.
Yeah, exactly.
I found myself like smiling through the movie. I was enjoying it, and there were funny parts, but I felt like
there were no funny parts.
This was
even high.
This was the new version of Superbad. And
no, oh my God!
No. Let me tell you.
Let me finish.
No, let me tell you what this is. This was a failed version of This was a failed version of these motherfuckers. Vince Vaughn was trying to pass the torch to the next group of funny comedic actors, and they shit the bed. This movie was corny as no. This movie was super bad. No, the movie was super bad.
Yeah,
no, the movie was super bad. No, the movie was super bad.
It was super bad.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I'm sorry, but there were some good laughs in this movie. It was
Vince Vaughn was the only person. Vince Vaughn was the only person. Vince Vaughn was the only person.
Vince Vaughn was fucking hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. But he was barely in the movie. That's what I'm saying.
Right. You said starring Vince Vaughn, including Vince Vaughn.
Right. And Vince Vaughn.
The guy with the horn was funny as fuck. How they kept scaring them with the horn, and the fucking limo driver was fucking spectacular. The guy Pompano Steve, whatever the fuck name was.
It wasn't.
Hey, listen. There was a bunch of comics in this movie, so I'm sure a couple people were gonna like stand out or whatever. But I'm telling you right now, it's not even just the horrible comedy, which this movie didn't make me laugh once. Like dead ass, making me laugh not once, never.
Right.
I tried
Rudy,
to like.
This is a white movie.
Vince Vaughn said some dope shit. Yes, this is a white movie. The fucking goddamn. Even the fucking black main character wasn't black. Like, it was crazy.
I will tell you though that my friend in prison suggested this movie for me, and he's black, so he was the one that was like, "It's fucking hilarious." Watch
my guy, he's in prison. He's
come on. I'm not the reason he's not on the streets, and this is part of
but what I'm saying is like. I appreciate a lot of stuff when I was in basic training, so I can imagine prison is worse. I would watch a movie like this and enjoy it because of the fact that I get to watch a movie. But with me, with my, I'm not trying to be funny, but with my freedom and with the option to kind of watch anything else that I would want to watch, I would never
watches anything
turn. No, but that's what I'm saying. Listen, he got a different appreciation, whatever it is. What I'm saying is that this movie, like it. I think the concept, was brilliant. Like trying to use like the purge. Listen. Trying to use the purge and like, but use it in the binge whole thing. Like and saying like, okay, for this whole 24 hours, everybody can do drugs, blah blah. Like, okay, that's a cool concept. I get it. I get the setup of the story. You want to be the legends, the whatever. But like, just the jokes, the way like. I really felt like the actors were trying too hard to do another version of something we've already seen 1,000 times.
Not to mention
Superbad. It's just not as good as Superbad.
No,
we
it's
don't
not.
care
Listen,
not only that, but the drug usage in this movie just seems so excessive. Look, like I've dabbled in recreational drugs. And I'm just gonna say that scene in which they're snorting coke made me feel exhausted.
Dude.
All right. If you like anyone who does that, you're gonna guarantee have a fucking 3 heart attacks in a row.
Yeah, you're dead. I also hated one thing. I hated is the portrayal of fucking mushrooms. Like very few movies are able to like capture what tripping is like. And a lot of them go into this like cartoon bullshit of like hallucination. Do you have any idea how awesome mushrooms would be if that's what fucking everyone would be doing?
Listen. Not just that. The depiction, the fucking movie's supposed to be about drugs and alcohol. The depiction of all of that shit was false. They fucking take a shot of Henny and they're trying to wash it down with fucking ketchup and shit like, for like 5 minutes. I'm like, dog, you guys are fucking pussies.
But then he can snort a whole pile of coke.
Dave Chappelle described,
dude, that fucking.
Described Half Baked as a weed movie for kids. This is how I felt. This is a drug movie but for children.
Yeah,
Like,
it's for
it's
teenagers.
horrible.
This was
kids.
no.
Bro,
This is a
this
terrible
is the
movie
main
for
problem with the film too. The main problem is it's called The Binge, and they got this whole good concept. Like, that's a great concept, dude. The movie, that shit didn't affect the fucking film at all. It was just a super bad fucking spoof. That shit had nothing,
you
did not
agree now.
change or affect
You agree
anything. They're
now.
just out drinking. You could have taken that part of the plot away, and it would have been the same fucking movie. What was the
And by
point?
the way, who else realized early on in the movie that El Pantera was fucking Vince Vaughn all along?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I thought that they were gonna pull that veil a lot sooner. Like, I thought his whole thing was that he was gonna be binging the whole night, and I thought he was gonna be a part of their journey a lot more.
El Pantera, that's fucking Vince Vaughn.
That's what I'm saying. He's trying because he was trying to pass the torch. That's what I'm saying. Because even just the style of like the way that some of like the black dude was doing his comedy, talking real fast or whatever, like that's Vince Vaughn. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very. I really felt like they were trying to introduce. He was trying to introduce like a new wave of like these comedic actors, and it wasn't a good like. He still just shined. Like he was the only person that I cared about, and even with him, I didn't like die in laughter. But he was the only.
That's the thing.
He was the only like relief that I even had in this movie. Because everything else I hated about it.
Was the only saving grace that movie had.
For sure.
Go
with
ahead, Nar.
that, absolutely.
Go ahead, Nar.
No, but in my opinion, I really honestly feel like if they would have got somebody different to play the black dude, the movie could have been better. I'm just and not like on no racial tip, just
got someone else to write the thing. Honestly,
because they depended on him a lot. They depended on him a lot for the comedy, and he was whack. He in the movie the whole time.
They didn't write him any jokes. There's no jokes in this film, bro. There's no jokes.
The white kid was funny.
Putting your face into a pile of coke and fucking reciting the speech from Scarface is not a joke, bro.
Right. But see, the thing about it is, this is the thing about it. Most of the time, when you have a movie like this, you hire comedians, and then you say like, "This is what the scene is. This is the lines," and then you do your thing and make it funny. You feel what I'm saying? So when I feel like when he got that green light, that was what we saw on screen. Like this was him adding his spin of what would make this scene funny, and it's just not. Like I don't think he's a bad actor. I just don't think he's a good comedic actor. Like he's not. He's the black dude.
Okay.
No, he was trash. He was trash.
I didn't necessarily have a problem with his acting ability. I didn't think I wasn't watching him and just like, oh man, he's just terrible altogether. But in reference to like Nard was saying, he was a big part of the comedic relief. Like they depended on him a lot to be funny in this movie. And he was
I'm
not
sorry,
funny.
but when the scene with the fucking limo driver and he was doing all the names of the PCP and then the actor kept switching, that shit had me dying laughing. That shit was hilarious to me.
That was cool.
I can agree with that, especially when they were, messing with the cow, and he was like, "I'm putting some cocaine in his eye." I think that could have been done better if it was a different actor.
That whole movie could have been done better if it would have not been made. All right.
That's what I'm saying. It was the concept was dope. Like the whole binge thing. Like I can rock with that. You know what I'm saying?
But I did something with that.
Yeah, but it just wasn't executed well at all. Like it just, it wasn't casted well.
You guys did something like very similar with Beer Fest, which is the concept is very similar, but I feel like Beer Fest was actually much better done.
Well, you guys are talking about movie that I would say the original OG is not Superbad. It's a movie called Dazed and Confused, and those movies, Dazed and Confused and Superbad, are loaded with talent. Like Dazed and Confused is Matthew McConaughey, Ben Affleck, Mila Jovovich. It's got like star power to the tits. Superbad, you've got Seth Rogen, Bill Hader, Michael Cera, Jonah Hill. I forget McLovin's.
Yeah, just McLovin.
Emma Stone. Amber Heard, it's just packed with people. But this movie was a Hulu original. They probably didn't have a lot of money outside of Vince Vaughn. And we're like, we're going to make this movie. We've got this script. We need to do something with it. So let's make the movie. They got the kid and the limo driver are both from The Righteous Gemstones, which is a hilarious show. And I think they expected them to carry it a little bit more. They wanted Vince Vaughn to really do a lot of the heavy lifting. This movie is not a good movie, but it definitely was enjoyable for me. What are you pointing at?
This was Jonah Hill. This was McLovin.
Oh, okay, DA, we got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it.
No, who? I don't know. Why are you? Who are you arguing against about this not being some version of Superbad?
You guys were denying it for like the first half of our whole debate.
No, we didn't.
Because it was a disrespectful statement, and you should have taken it back. And now you're double.
I mean,
why am I taking it back?
To say it's Superbad is like Superbad does not have a monopoly. This is a genre. This is a certain type. It's like a coming of age party movie.
No,
like American Pie is also
literally Superbad, just done badly.
Yo, that movie fucking what's that movie with the fucking kids? They're like actually young kids that just came out. That's kind of like Superbad. You know what the fuck I'm talking about?
It's called fuck.
Yeah,
Good Boys. It is Good Boys. That movie was dope. I like that movie a lot. And that movie was basically this was almost like a ripoff of that, to be honest.
This isn't a rip-off of anything genre. You guys are like,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell DA. Like, you're trying to like say it's super. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're not necessarily saying there aren't some similarities, but like it's not just like another Superbad. Like
this is like saying
there's a lot of movies that are like
cowboy movie is a ripoff of Tombstone. It's a western.
Right.
This is a genre.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like this is a style that
it's a coming of age party movie. It's like
this is a genre that has one good movie in it, and it's just tough to be in this genre. I know.
This one was the worst one I've seen. Like the whole time I was watching it, I was like, I know what this is supposed to be, and it's not it.
There was another one that came out. It was called 21 and Up. Did you guys ever see that movie? That shit was funny to me too. It was with the Chinese kid, and his name is Miles Teller, and I think there was a black kid in it too. But that movie was funny as fuck. They like go to visit college. They're like there for senior night, and they go out drinking and shit. And it was a funny movie. Euro Trip is also kind of like this movie.
Yeah, man, fuck this movie.
Yo, what's that movie about that big ass trolley?
Ass cheeks.
Oh, Project X.
Great cheeks.
What?
Project X.
Project
X. I hated that movie.
That movie sucked too. That was a bad movie.
I like it way better than this movie.
Bro,
it's not one of my favorites, but I like it way better.
That movie was that the kid doesn't get to go to college because he had that party, and the dad at the end of the movie is like, "Well, I hope it was worth it," and I'm like, "Great message."
Right. Yeah. But
the kid's like totally.
But see, where I give Project X credit, the person who they depended on for the comedy, he was funny. That dude's friend of the little Spanish or Italian kid or whatever he was.
Yeah.
Like he did his job. The black dude in this movie as the side friend or whatever, like he just wasn't that guy, man. He just wasn't.
Right.
He didn't show up.
He didn't show up.
He just wasn't.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize how heavily the movie relied on his character in it. He did not. He did not.
He makes all the jokes. The white guy's the straight man. He has to make all the jokes. And it's just like, I don't know, man. Like, this is the same thing with Kung Fu Hustle, man. It's just like, if you're going to do comedy, man, you got to write good jokes, man. And this isn't even, I'll give Kung Fu Hustle a pass, but that's just a different style of comedy. But this was going for the Superbad style or whatever and just did not pull it off, man.
Right.
Yeah.
What made you laugh in this film, Lonnie? What was like the big laugh for you?
So Vince Vaughn in the locker room when he was just like, you could tell he was just improvising that shit.
Pick up that dick, son.
My dick out?
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Also, what made me laugh was the scene, like whenever they were around the twin brothers' friends, and the friend kept honking the horn, and they all like kept fucking jumping. That shit had me laughing. And also the scene with the limo driver where he was like smoking weed with them, and he kept like just coming up with bullshit. You can tell he was also improvising names, and then they get high and they start switching the actor. That shit was funny to me. Like I really wish he would have been a bigger part of the movie.
The kid's ass out of nowhere. That was hilarious.
What, Vince Vaughn when he started punching the kids? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he just walked up just reckless.
Yeah. There were some good laughs in this movie. Like this movie is not a masterpiece. It wasn't well done, but it made me laugh.
Tell him the fucking Panther sent you.
Yeah,
but to me, I didn't laugh enough. Like there was never a time that I laughed out loud. Like there was just like there was like when I seen Vince Vaughn doing a different thing. Like I'm a Vince Vaughn fan, so I was like, yeah, you know, that's him. But there was never a time I was just like, oh, boy, they niggas crazy. Never. It never, not once. So yeah, I mean, you know, it was all right. Anybody got anything else for the binge?
Trash.
Yeah, that was ass.
Dude, that movie felt like a binge watch, and it was one thing.
I will say I did not watch this movie before I recommended it. So
that's cool. I didn't know.
Rudy, who you think could have played the black guy?
He was trying to act like Kevin Hart to me.
Dude, even DA could have did better than that dude.
I'm trying to think. I mean,
offended or
or flattered.
To be the token black guy, because see, that's different than just being, you know, the black friend in the movie to a black dude. But to be the one black dude in this all white high school, you know, type of person.
But no, he's not the token black guy. He's the black sidekick. That's an all important role.
But he's the token black guy. I'm saying, like, in the world that they live in, like he's like the one black kid. You know what I'm saying? Like and
then what about they had Godfrey and they didn't even fucking use him?
Oh my gosh! Right, he was. Yeah. That was disappointing.
I was like, oh shit, Godfrey's gonna be in this movie. Okay, here we go,
yeah,
and then he just falls asleep in 2 seconds.
That goat scene
he's not the movie again.
Goat.
Yeah, I don't.
Fucking the goat.
I don't know the answer to the question. I can't think of nobody right now who could have played that. Honestly.
Yeah, I don't know enough like young black actors like that. I guess like. I know, you know, the kid from The Good Boys was funny as fuck. The heavyset black kid was funny as fuck in that movie.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he'd have to get a little older to play.
But
he's
a little too young.
Yeah.
But see, his character was well written. That's really the difference. Like that character was weird as fuck. Like had some funny ass lines. It just like was a good movie. I don't know. Like that shit just had some funny lines in it. Like he was like, "Yo, my parents are getting divorced," and his friend's like, "What did you do?" It's like there's a lot of funny ass lines in that film. I don't know. I didn't feel that way about this movie.
I'll have what she's having.
Right.
Oh my god.
Right. Like, but then they did a callback. Like they did it again. Like at the end. Like it was supposed to be funny the first time, and it was like.
Oh, you know what else made me laugh was the fat girl that he was doing coke with. Like she had some funny lines when they were eating like burritos, and she was like, "You fucking piece of shit." Like she had me laughing a couple times too. You know, who might have been able to do that role was the kid from Dope. Remember that movie?
Dope.
The main character?
Well, wasn't his friend funny as fuck in that movie?
I don't know. I've seen Dope, but I don't remember if I liked it or not.
He's too old now.
Yeah.
I mean, dude.
That black dude is 29. Like he's not that young. They shave their face.
That black dude.
He's 29 years old. Right.
They're probably old as fuck, man. They always are.
Well, not. I mean, most of them. The other ones were like 24, but the black dude is the oldest one. He was like 29, going on 30.
That's always the case.
Yeah, fuck the bench. I'm over him. All right, let's do these numbers so we can wrap this on up. I'm actually start with the binge because, of course, out of the 3 movies, they don't have a budget or a box office online because it's Hulu. Original, whatever. So with them, we're just gonna do their Rotten Tomatoes score with the audience and the critics. So starting with the binge, what do you think the audience gave them? What percentage you think they gave them on Rotten Tomatoes?
20%
from Jay.
The audience or the critics?
Audience.
80.
What? Wow.
Go with
you have faith in people. I'm gonna go.
People like shitty movies.
I'm gonna go like 35%.
What'd you say, DA?
73.
73. What you got, Nod?
Like 40.
40?
Yeah, like a 40%. For sure.
Well, Champion Juice strikes again. It was actually 85%.
Yeah, I told you, bro. People like dumb shit.
Liked that movie,
dude. Chris, you missed it, bro. There was this movie we watched. It was called 1BR. It was literally one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it got like a 93 audience score on fucking Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my
People
God.
like stupid movies, bro.
1BR is terrible.
Terrible.
All right. So what do you think about the critics gave it?
15.
Yeah, like I'm going
5%.
10%.
Five.
I'm going 10.
I'm gonna go with about like 30.
You said 5%, 30.
Yeah, 5.
What'd you say, Chris?
10%.
10%. Lonnie, what'd you say? 15.
No, yeah, I said 15.
And then what you got, Nard?
I'm gonna go with 20%.
20%. He edged you out. It actually was 21%. Nard was the closest.
Wow.
Can't win them all.
Nice.
If you, I thought you was gonna be the closest with 15, and I thought he probably would say something else. But yeah, he hit it right on. All right.
Somebody needs to hire me in the financial part of movies because I'm too fucking good at this.
All right. Let's do Pineapple Express. What do you think the budget was for Pineapple Express?
$25 million.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
I think it was.
You want 25 million as well?
No, I'm gonna say 30.
I think it was 7 million.
7 million.
7?
I'm gonna go with 15. 15.
It's like a porn movie. Come on, dude.
Chris,
$7 million, bro. James Franco probably cost $7 million.
Okay.
Chris, are you looking up the answers? What are you doing?
No, I had to do something real quick. No, we're guessing the budget for Pineapple Express, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the budget like 10 million.
10 million.
Probably way more than that. Way more. Fuck.
So
It's all good.
10. Lonnie had
30.
Fuck.
Jay, you said 25.
25.
No, what you said? What, 15?
Yes, sir.
And then you said 7.
Explosions, gunfights, sets.
Right. Yeah, so it actually, you should have stuck with 25, Lonnie. It actually was 27.
Yeah.
27 million.
No, don't clap your hands, Jay. We split that right down the middle.
Nah, you went over. It's
Oh, I
Price is
guess
Right
you're
rule.
close. I guess you're closer. You're off by 2.
you,
I'm off by 3.
Yeah, when you switched, you fucked yourself up.
Well, I don't want to. I just don't want to be on the same with somebody else. You know.
Gotcha. You should have said 25 and $1.
7 million. Shame on you.
All right, what you think? What you think it made in the box office?
Oh boy, who didn't see this movie? I'm gonna say 175.
I'm gonna go with 200. Even cool 200.
Even cool 200.
200.
This Pineapple Express?
Yep.
I think 150.
I was gonna say 152.
150.
155.
155. Chris?
Hold on. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. 1 second. All right. This is a tough one. I'm gonna go $4 million.
Box office?
Oh, the box
Are
office.
you
Shit,
high?
I'm an idiot.
No, dude.
I'm talking about box office for Pineapple Express. You think it was
I'm
$4
sorry.
million?
In the box office, damn, that shit probably made like at least like 120 million.
120. Okay, so Chris said 120. Nard, what you had? I need the numbers again.
150.
What did I say? Yeah. So 155.
150. You said 155. DA, you said what?
150.
Jay?
200.
200. And then Lonnie said 175, right? Well, all of you guys are very, very generous. It actually only made 102.8 million.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I'm closest.
Whoever had the lowest number.
I had 120, so fuck all of y'all.
yeah, you guys.
I don't know why I went Matthew McConaughey there for a second.
Yeah, he had 102.4. Then what? All right, so Kung Fu Hustle budgets. What you think for the budgets?
Probably around $25 million.
10 million.
25 million, 10 million, 20 million.
Oh, 15, I guess.
I'm gonna say
15,
12.
12. Everybody guessed? I forgot everybody's guess, but whoever was closest to $20 million, you $20 million was the budget.
Of course.
And then, what do you think it made in the box office?
Being that it was a foreign film, I'm gonna go with 75 million.
75 million?
Yeah.
100.
100?
Damn.
67. I don't know why I'm just feeling 67.
67?
50.
50?
I do not know that one. I'm gonna go. I feel like America didn't like it.
It was a cult classic.
What year was it?
2005, I think.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Which, considering it was 2005, the special effects were pretty incredible.
Yeah.
Did somebody say
2004, actually.
Did
2004.
somebody say 100 yet?
I did.
Yeah, Lonnie did.
Did somebody say 80?
This is only American box office, right? Not like China included?
No, this is worldwide.
Oh,
shit.
All these numbers are worldwide.
Oh, I fucked up then. I don't.
Oh,
I'll stick with
worldwide? Oh, okay. Ooh, I'm gonna go with like 120 then.
120. Lonnie got 100. You said what? 75, Jay?
75.
No, you said 67, and then Chris, you said 50. Well, the champion Jew strikes again. It's
Dude,
it's actually 102.8.
fucking retire already.
Yeah, man.
You're making the sport boring. It's like
I don't know
Floyd
how
out
he
here.
does it. So hey, yeah, man. So Nard, man, definitely appreciate you coming, bro. You got anything that you want to plug, man? Whether it's just Instagram, websites, stuff you promoting, got going on, anything?
Most definitely. Hey, man, first off, I want to appreciate y'all for having me. Y'all was a lot of fun, and man, I'm definitely looking forward to doing it another time for sure.
For sure.
This was a good time, man. As far as what I got going on, I'm a dog breeder. That's what I do. You can follow me at Bloom and Bully Kennels. You know what I'm saying? American Bullies. Working on getting the Frenchies going, but definitely be on the lookout for, I'll be talking to Rudy, you know what I'm saying? Definitely shooting it to him. And so hopefully we letting y'all see what I got going on as far as on the writing tip and trying to get some things going on screen. So we'll see soon. And we got the music going as well, because we still got that going, and we'll see where it takes us.
Say less.
Nard, were you at Rudy's comedy special?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I guess I met you then.
For sure. You definitely look familiar now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was there. He was
Was he recording? No, it was the black dude recording.
Yeah, Jay, the other Jay with the dreads, he was recording. But Lonnie was there with us though.
I was the token white friend.
The token white friend, absolutely.
When the next one?
I mean, COVID out here right now, brother. I don't know.
You gotta go live with it. You gotta give us our own live one.
You gotta field test the material before you can just do a special with
it.
True.
Just jump out there, just do back to back. Yeah,
I wrote this. It's gotta be good.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
man, we'll be on the lookout for that, man. Lonnie, you got anything going on?
Not much, buddy. Just been getting back on stage, so catch me
got
on
your
stage.
sign?
Assholes down there. I hate all of you.
You don't have your sign?
Of course,
There
I
you
got
go.
my sign. You think I'm slipping? I can't
Hold
see
it in the
myself,
camera
though.
though. Yeah, hold it. There you go. Cox Comedy. Jay Jimenez, what about you?
Yeah, just getting back little by little, getting back on stage. I've been podcasting also. I'm getting back in that. I'm starting a new project with the lovely Crystal Naya. It's called Metaphysics and Shit. It's gonna be dropping this next week. I've also been writing music with her, so that's pretty cool.
It's called Metaphysics and Shit. That's the name of your podcast?
Yeah, Metaphysics and Shit.
Gotcha.
That's what's up. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, and starting some new projects in the upcoming weeks. So I'll keep you guys updated. Live on Tinder, all right? Live on Tinder always.
Gotcha.
Live on
Chris,
Tinder.
go.
That's your fucking tag. Oh, sorry.
That's it. Yeah, that's his Instagram thing. Chris, what you got?
You can follow me on Instagram, Chris G Comedy, at Chris G Comedy. I don't know. I'm in DC. Shit's dead up here. I might have a spot coming up in November here. I just talked to this dude, Kurt Shackelford. He's got a spot. But yeah, we're it's a slow rebuild up here. You know, we care about our citizens. So you know.
Right.
Yeah, this is I'm reaping the benefits of living in a Republican state who doesn't give a shit about anything that scientists have to say. So might as well get on stage before they lock us up again.
For sure.
Exactly. Might as well.
Go ahead, DA.
D_A_Henry. Yep.
Okay.
Talk about anything until everything's finalized.
All right. Well, just rudycomedy.com for me, man. This is Dumbass Film Students. We post this every single Thursday on the No Life Boys Production YouTube page. That's NOLIFEBOYZZZ Productions. Yeah, man. Every single week we're gonna pick 3 more movies. And hopefully we don't have to shit on them as bad as we did the Binge. Shout out to everybody involved in the Binge. But
yo, we should do horror this week, bruh. It's fucking
Fuck
Halloween.
you. I don't do horror movies.
What? Why not?
Nope.
He's a pussy.
I'm a pussy. I don't like horror movies. I won't watch them.
Oh, that sucks. I was gonna scare the shit out of you.
No.
I won't watch them.
All right.
Comb your beard.
Well, anyways, we'll choose 3 Disney movies for Lonnie this week. So he'll
Right. Double bubble, toil and trouble.
I'll tell you what. I can do the old school Witches, Halloween Town.
Halloween Town. Great. The town where no one gets killed. Come on, man.
Hocus Pocus. What about Hocus Pocus?
Hocus Pocus. That's the third one.
Hocus Pocus.
Fucking
House
focus.
of 1,000 Corpses, Lonnie. No?
I've seen that movie. I've watched horror movies in my life. It's not an enjoyable process for me. Like, I'll watch them, just don't enjoy watching them. And I love movies.
Enjoyable process. It's work.
Yes, it is. Fucking
you-
anxiety and PTSD. Fuck you. I don't like fucking being scared.
Damn. Nah, man.
Yeah, did you stop? You can stop recording, DA. We're done.
This man be clocking in when